Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CSGO Clutch Podcast, sponsored by Prize Picks. My name is Adam Cohn. I am your host. I am once again joined by the ever-popular, ever-loving, greatest co-host on the face of God's green earth. His statue goes up next week in the courtyard. It's Dan Welch. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, thank you, Adam. I needed that. I appreciate the compliments. Not
I,
much
I,
going on. Mother's Day, my
listen. I appreciate the $100 you paid me for that intro too.
50.
Totally kidding. What's going on?
Oh, not too much. It's Mother's Day. It's getting late, and we went out to eat, and I'm ready to wrap up the day with a good old Flashpoint podcast. And I'd like to not apologize, but I've been a little distracted the past few days, so I haven't been able to join you. But I'm glad to be back. And today is Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa's birthday, which means two of the Justice League's birthday are today.
Well,
And
happy birthday to Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
boom.
Big shout out to all the mothers out there. Thank you all for everything that you do. Every day should be Mother's Day. For sure. They don't get thanked enough. Alrighty, Dan. Are you ready? You ready to talk about Flashpoint Season 3?
Dude, I am so ready.
Excellent. Alright, let's get hype. Let's do this. It's Flashpoint Season 3. I apologize, everybody, for the little bit of a cutoff here. Still working through how to get this right for you all. So, we have no idea who the talent is. I could not... Dan and I looked pre-show. I couldn't find anything on HLTV.org on who the broadcast talent is. So, that's alright. I'm assuming it's the usual Flashpoint crew, and they're very good at what they do. So, on the other side of this, Dan, the format for this, there are no groups. It is a playoff format. It's a double elimination bracket. All matches are best of 3. And we have ads that are just hanging out playing over here on the left. It is a $50,000 prize pool. This, I would like to stress, welcome to the month of May. It is time for the Valve-sponsored RMR events. I've teased this in the last couple of podcasts. Dan, it's time to get into the first RMR event. In Flashpoint Season 3, this is the Europe RMR event.
Nice. Yeah, I was just trying to look up the hosts, and I can't think of the dude's name, but one of the guys is Scottish, and I just know that he has this great monologue about where he's trying to pump up the kids as players. So
the Flashpoint crew is great.
Is it Thorin? Is that his name? I think
Thorin.
It's Thorin.
Yes, Thorin should probably be involved. That's it.
Yeah, dude, that dude is awesome.
He is I want to say like a CS:GO historian. That dude has so much information about Counter-Strike. It's always a good time listening to Thorin talk some Counter-Strike. But Dan, this is our first RMR event, and I've been teasing in the last couple of podcasts that we have a couple of RMR events coming up. Because, folks, we have a major this year! Stupid pandemic. Didn't get one last year. Because, Dan, when the pandemic hit, the second event on Draftkings was the Road to Rio event. Because the last year's major was going to be in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And we didn't get that, obviously, because
Rio.
And we didn't get that, obviously, because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But this year, we are slated, Dan. The PGL Major in Stockholm, right now slated for October 23rd through November 7th. So we have a major on the calendar. Again, COVID-19, the stupid virus and the stupid pandemic is still going on. However, Dan, we still have we have a major to look forward to. So these events are definitely key. And what are the events, you may ask? Well, Flashpoint 3 is what we're starting out with. And that's going to be for this upcoming slate on DraftKings. Then Epic League CIS 2021. That is going to be the RMR event for the CIS region. CS Summit 8, who if you all played on DraftKings last year and earlier this year, we had some CS Summit events. This CS Summit 8 is the North America RMR event. And then we have Epic League Oceania 2021, Dan. That is the Oceania RMR event. So it is RMR time. This is a chance for these teams to accrue some major RMR points for the not only the world the world rankings. I'm saying that 10 times fast. So Dan, it's only a $50,000 prize pool for Flashpoint, but these teams are playing for those RMR points. First place gets 17,000 and 1,600 RMR points. For comparison, if we go to the current world ranking, Gambit has 1,000 RMR points. Or 1,000 points right now. I think the RMR things have kind of sort of reset. But these are the current points. Gambit has 1,000, Heroic 820, Astralis 633. This is a chance for these teams to accrue some massive RMR points, and we have a loaded field. So you can see as you go down, you know, they go down by 100 each. So second place is 1,500, third place 1,400, fourth 1,300. Again, so the teams aren't playing for the money. The money's nice, but it's only $50,000 prize pool, which isn't chump change. But we have a absolutely loaded field here, Dan. And again, these teams are playing for those RMR points to try and make sure they get to that PGL major in Stockholm. We have a loaded field, Dan. So we have Team Vitality. We have Heroic. We have the Ninjas in Pajamas and the debuting device for the Ninjas. We have Astralis. We have Big, Fnatic, G2, OG, Fun Plus Phoenix, FaZe Clan. Dan, here's one for you. The Hyenas. The Hyenas are what Kirby, Gade, and
Oh
AZ.
yeah.
That is the team that they have constructed. And they have Cajun B joining them, not Fessor. Cajun B is joining them for this event. So it's AZ, Gade, Kirby, Borup, and Cajun B. We have Complexity, Mouse Sports, Anonymous, who have been making noise. So Anonymous have been making noise in this, and that's where Innocent is, K, Snacks, Kyler, Mino, and their coach is IMD. So K is really interesting. So this is a Polish organization, Anonymous. We have Sprout here, so we get to see what Slacks and Cressy can do with Favin and Spitty and Dennis. That'll be really fun to see. And we have Double Pony. And we have NBK on the team, and Body and Lucky and some other people I just don't know. It's another French organization, so we have Afro and John DeJoka with them. Of these teams, Dan, which one is exciting to you the most to want to watch? Like, if you had one team from this group that you want to see something out of, who is it?
FPX.
FPX?
Hands down.
I gotta say, they looked good. They've been looking better.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready for some Farlig. It's got to come soon. So
I mean,
also the Hyenas too might be interesting.
Yeah,
just because it's newer.
Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting team to see. Like, obviously, Kirby leaving FaZe Clan and going back and reuniting with AZ and Gade. I think this is really interesting. I'm obviously very excited to see Nip. I want to see Device debut for this team. It's going to be very interesting. And again, I didn't realize this, but Device has been living in Stockholm, Sweden. So, he speaks the language. So as crazy as this is, because the Ninjas are primarily a Swedish organization, Device speaks the language. That is going to help him tremendously. Which means they all can still speak Swedish if they want.
Yeah, his girlfriend's Swedish too, so I'm sure he's well equipped to fight.
Are you just looking up Device's love life now?
No, I heard it on HLTV. I just regurgitated what I hear on that podcast. From Sponge.
HLTV confirmed is fantastic.
Yeah, they have a boatload of info.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, can we talk about Device's dog, the Pomeranian? He's so cute. So cute. So folks, here's the bracket. How Flashpoint is doing this is it's 2 games per day. And I will go back over here real quick to HLTV. We'll head back here into Flashpoint 3. So they have 2 games per day. So there's 2 Monday, 2 Tuesday, 2 Wednesday, yada, yada, yada. So then they're not going super crazy, which it's nice. But we don't want to play 2 game slates on DraftKings.
No.
So I'm hoping in DraftKings, we know you're out there listening. We know you're one of our, 10,000 listeners out there. You know, when these other RMR events come in, just give us some combined slates. Come on. Give us some combined slates. Um,
Please, please, please.
we will see. So before we get into like any kind of breakdown, what about this bracket, Dan? Kind of sort of stands out to you. I'll make it here. It's a little bigger for everybody. So the matchups are Team Vitality versus Double Pony, Astralis OG, Big Complexity, Fnatic Mouse Sports. That's in one part of the bracket. Another part of the bracket we have Heroic versus Sprout. GG Sprout. Sorry.
Right.
G2 versus FaZe Clan. Oh, buddy. The Ninjas versus Anonymous, and Fun Plus Phoenix versus the Hyenas. It would have been fun to put Sprout in that top part of the bracket, and like hopefully they would have got on to face Big.
Yeah.
Like that would have been fun. The two top German organizations, that would have been fun to see them go at it.
Yeah, they beat Big the last time they faced each
Yeah.
other too, and it was predicted by the desk, I believe, because they face each other so frequently. And Keto was a former Sprout. Maybe somebody else was too, but
Well, Sprout's
yeah,
kind of sort
they
of the organization that some of these other ones in Big have come out of. Kind
yeah
of like how
they're-
we saw Alternate Attacks, which we know was like that third tier German team. We saw Slacks and Cressy come out of that, move up to Sprout. So it's kind of like a progression. At least for me, it's how I kind of sort of equated to it. Um, but there were a couple of nice matchups that are like deja vu all over again. Fnatic versus Mouse Sports, always a fun time to see. And G2 versus FaZe Clan, that's gonna be fun.
I hope so. I
Um,
think G2 is gonna
yeah.
spank them. But,
One game that
um,
stands out to me is Fun Plus Phoenix versus Hyenas.
no, don't say it. Why? Because you think that the Hyenas could win?
No, I just want to see what they
Oh,
look like against Fun Plus Phoenix.
okay.
I'm picking Fun Plus Phoenix to go to the round 2 and then get stomped by the Ninjas. So your earlier prediction that the Ninjas could get to the world #1 is very possible after this event.
Yeah, I mean, I told you I had a crystal ball. I knew this device thing was going to happen. I just didn't say it because I didn't want to let everybody know that it was going to happen.
Yes,
But
because
now that it has,
yes,
I
because
can
you
do it.
totally saw this device thing coming.
Well, no, I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't want to tell anybody.
Oh boy. Well, thank you for
I
keeping it
didn't
all to
know, really.
yourself.
Yeah, no
Uh,
problem.
Now do me a favor. Look at that crystal ball and tell us all the winning lineup for tomorrow, will you?
3 OG and 3 Vitality.
I thought you were gonna say double pony, and I would have just kicked you off the podcast. Um, we will get there. But so does anything in this bracket like stand out to you for like initial matchups? Anything that you're looking forward to seeing? Anything that you think has upset potential? Is it like game you're really looking forward to watch?
I don't see any major upset potential unless the whole device integration doesn't go well, and Anonymous, which is actually they're pretty decent tier 2 team. They could beat the Ninjas.
I mean, they made this event. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are they won a close qualifier to get to this event. So they're no pushovers. That's for sure.
now we got Kai, Snacks, Kyler, Innocent. Innocent's really good. He's old, but he's been around for a while, and
Yeah,
he's
I
he's
feel
very good.
bad for
And Snack,
Innocent. He was with like Mad Lions for all of like a hot second.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He
But
was on what was it LDLC, I think, and then went to
I
Mad Lions.
I am not sure. But Ninjas versus Sonama will be interesting. Now again, let's keep this in mind. That device signing happened a couple weeks ago. They have had weeks with device to prepare. This isn't like it was signed a couple of days ago. They've had weeks to prepare for this. So it's going to be very good. Navi back. I think we need to address it. Navi back. 3-0
Electronic.
Gambit. They 3-0'd Gambit in the grand final of DreamHack Masters Spring 2021.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but Hobbit was complaining about best of fives before the match, and I think it was a little bit of karma maybe because I mean I don't mind them expressing their opinion, but I like best of fives,
But
and if
best
you're
of
gonna take the
fives is a
stance,
great grand final feel for what it's worth. But go ahead.
if you're gonna take the stance that you're like so good that you don't even like the best of five because like I'm thinking how many kids would want to be in that grand final or a grand final for that matter, and then this guy's
100%.
bitching about a best of five. It's like give me a break, dude. Like,
For what
and
it's
then he
worth,
did it.
heroic went in it. It doesn't count. I'm kidding.
Well, I think they would have won too. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the Gambit thing is coming to an end or not,
Oh
but
no no no! This is how good Navi are. They
yeah,
outstratted and outplayed Gambit. This is why Navi are always in the perennial top five because they are that good. When Simple's on point like he is, Electronics playing like a top 10 player in the world, which he is, that is how good this team is. And the incorporation of Bit, what a showing from Bit, by the way. From coming
yeah,
out like just being okay with the team to having a performance like that in the grand final. Hey, congratulations to Navi. And
yeah.
Gambit's still the world number one, but Navi establishing themselves as the number three. So it's now a tier of Gambit, Heroic, and Navi, in my opinion.
Which is great because just having two teams like that are just expected to win everything is
Right.
no fun.
And I mean, a storied organization like Navi, that has had the likes of Guardian and Zeus and Simple and all these other like elite stars.
Yeah.
You absolutely love to see them back in contention. They seem to have figured some stuff out. Clearly, bringing on Bit is paid off dividends for him. So congratulations, Simple. Like he was having a ton of fun. Though,
Nice.
yeah. So is there anything else you want to get into from DreamHack or from just previewing this, or should we get into the DFS side of this podcast?
DFS, let's do it.
Excellent. Well, Dan, I would like to let you know before we get to the DFS side of things. If you could do all of us a favor, matter of fact, everyone out there can do us all a favor. Hit that like button, hit that, and leave a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell next to it. That way, you all know every single time one of these podcasts drop. It does all of us a huge favor here on the podcast. Like we keep saying, we want to make this bigger and better. We are 32 subs strong now. Thank you to all the 32 subs out there. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. And,
Yep.
Dan, I got to continue to plug away. I'm going to continue to get into the suspense of how many Double Pony players are playing. We might just play all six tomorrow. I'm totally kidding. Don't shut the podcast off! We're not playing Double Pony. We're not. Don't worry about it. Anyway, we are sponsored by PrizePicks. And don't forget, folks, to use that promo code CLUTCH. Again, promo code CLUTCH gets you 100%, a 100% match for new depositors, not new subscribers, new depositors. And PrizePicks will match you up to $100. So you want to deposit $200? Fantastic. PrizePicks will match you $100 in promo credit. So they will meet your match, which you don't see in the industry anymore, Dan. You don't see 100% matches.
No, no, it's usually it's paid out over time,
Mm-hmm.
which they pay immediately,
Yep.
which is nice.
And the beauty about PrizePicks is you're not playing against a field. You're playing against a score, and it's very simple, over or under, which makes things really, really fun. So
Hmm.
we will once again be going over our PrizePicks at the end of the podcast. You ready to get into the slate? This shouldn't take
Yep.
that long because this first game here on the slate is Team Vitality versus Double Pony. You play all 5 members of Team Vitality and you move on.
Too bad you can't.
Look, if you want to play Navera, if you want to play the coach, if you want to play the social media guy, play the social media guy or gal. Too much?
No, we're non-binary, Adam. We're non-binary.
We're non-binary. Oh boy, I don't even know what the heck that means. Totally kidding.
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm totally kidding. I just felt you said non-binary, and for all of a sudden my mind went to Deep Space Nine and the Prophets in the wormhole. Don't worry about it. I'm a bit of a nerd like that. Anyway, let's get off Star Trek
I
and
got
get back
I got my nerd.
into the absolute spank. What did you say?
I said I got my nerd tendencies. Don't worry.
It's all
I
good.
grew up. I grew up watching the X Files every Friday night when I was in junior high. That
Oh,
was like my.
nice.
I
Yeah.
had no friends, basically.
Here we go. Um, they did not come here to hear a therapy session from either one of us. The folks out there want to listen. I know exactly what non-binary means, but all right, enough of the comedy aspect of the podcast. I know what non-binary means. Dan knows what non-binary means. This game is very binary. You play Team Vitality, you build around Team Vitality, and you move on. Did I miss anything?
No.
Okay, on to the next game. No, I'm kidding. All right, so let's just go over pricing real quick for the folks, and let's break this down a little bit, and let's talk about some of the Team Vitality members that we are liking to play on this slate. So again, Team Vitality have replaced the retiring RPK with Kyojin. Kyojin again has been brought into not to play a different role. He's to come in to play the anchor role that RPK played with this team. So that is going to take some time. So Zyru is $9,400. We all know he's the best opera in the world, though with the way Simple's been playing. Again, it's up once again for debate. Shocks, 8,800. Apex, the IGL is 8,000. That price tag is very interesting. We'll get into the price picks pick later. 8,000 is a lot for Apex. Masuda's at 7,000. Kyojin's at 6,200. DraftKings did an excellent job to make us not want to play any Team Vitality on the slate.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta get creative, I think. But I mean, Zai is a must play, especially if, like, okay, so I have a little bit of a theory, and that's that they're gonna be probably playing Nuke against, like, Double Pony will pick Nuke, and after we saw that last Nuke performance where Kyojin and Masuda were the oh god, was it A or B? I think it's the A site, the top floor, main floor bomb site, and they just got wrecked over and over by Furia. So I think that this could go 3, which is actually really good for Zaiwu, because then you could get, if it does go 3, then you can get ceiling Zaiwu over the course of 3 maps.
I
Um,
try saying no one's ever a lock button play because variance happens.
oh yeah, of course.
Zyru is as close to a lock button play on the slate as you're going to get, probably
Okay,
in this
good.
tournament. I mean, you can make the argument for device on Nip versus Anonymous, but I actually give Anonymous a lot more credit than Double Pony.
Yeah, I mean, they've been playing together for a lot longer than, and they have. I mean, MBK is great, but like this is like tier 2 French team, and I mean, they're just gonna get destroyed. There's no way around it.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
I
Lucky's barely played in the past year. I don't. I mean, I don't even know. He was on Heretics, but they fell apart. So I don't even know. I know he's decent, but yeah, it just doesn't
Body. I
doesn't.
think we've seen before. Wasn't Body with I'm trying to think of what other organization that we used to play a lot. Back it was
Um,
like December, January. We were playing some of those early morning slates. It was one of those teams.
LDLC. He was
No,
on actually.
it
Oh,
wasn't
there,
LDLC. It was the team Kai came from. Who did Kai come from? It was Kai,
um,
Kyler, Body, and
wasn't
two
he?
others.
Wasn't he alternate attacks? Kai.
No, it wasn't Ultimate Attacks. It was some other organization. Alright, now it's bothering me. I'm gonna look it up.
Aves.
Thank you!
Aves. Yeah.
I was gonna say. Yeah,
Yeah, I looked it up. Just I'm not a genius by any means.
yes, you are. Don't sell yourself short. So, yes, Aves, that was it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the Aves roster,
Had a Bodie.
I thought Bodie was on that roster. It was Bayali, not Bodie.
Oh yeah, yeah, yep. And he stood in for Kai the other day.
Yep.
Um,
So it was Kai, Bialy, Kyler, Narot,
yep, Nara. Yeah, he sucked. Marcos.
Marcos. That was it.
That's why I played him every time. There was a
Yeah.
tier. They were on those tier 2 slates.
Yeah. So now Kai is on Anonymous, so he has moved right up from the Aves Ross, the Polish organization, to Anonymous. So Kai's taken a step up. And good for Kai. 20 years old. Kai's got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Um, but enough about that. Body was on LDLC, I think.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar. Look, I'm.
LDLC was a powerhouse at one time,
Yes, they
not
were.
too long ago.
Several years ago they were. Look, I'm not getting cute. I'm not playing anybody from Double Pony. If you want to have some exposure in MMEs for large field GPPs, we have a $10,000 first tournament. If you want to play the side of variance, go ahead. This isn't the kind of variance you want to be playing, in my opinion. So we're going to pull up the pinnacle odds for this matchup. Dan, before I pull it up, before I click on it,
Hmm.
how heavy of a favorite do you think Team Vitality are? I'm going to go minus 500.
I mean, I would say it's probably in the 1000s.
Oh, we were both wrong.
What?
Team
Minus
Vitality,
three?
a minus 392 favorite against Double Pony. Double
Oh
Pony, a
shit.
plus 300 underdog.
Huh.
Astralis OG, which is the next game on the slate, both favorites. It's a pick 'em.
Yeah.
Astralis minus 112, OG minus 108. So, as much as Dan and like advocating playing underdogs sometimes in DFS, especially on 2-game slates or 3-game slates like this, where you want that variance, this should be a butt
Double
whooping.
pony.
This should be a
Yeah.
butt whooping from Team Vitality.
Yeah.
I'm
There's other
keep.
ways to get different. You know.
I'll tell you one way I think could get really different. Ready? You ready?
Apex.
Captain Apex.
Boom. I knew we were thinking alike on that one.
Hasn't he looked like the second best fragger on the team since RPK left?
Yeah, and if it, I mean, he's yeah, definitely. Um,
That's crazy to say over Shocks.
dude, shucks. Man, I mean, I was making a joke in the main event Discord about not playing Shocks on weekends because he's probably hungover. But I mean, maybe it being a Monday, like he might do well. I don't know, but that's my theory. Um, I mean, he
Oh
did
boy.
so bad. It was like so bad. Um, I mean, he had like one v2 clutch where I was like kind of impressed, but I think he just got lucky. And I mean, he was so bad last time.
Oh boy. All right. We spent enough time on this game. You ready to get into our next game on the slate?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna say be cautious on Masuda and Kyojin.
Yeah, especially like if there's a nuke reenactment. Yeah,
I actually think Kyojin's really interesting for this slate. In large field GPPs against a team like Double Pony, they're not tier one. So I think Kyojin, we could see a little bit what this kid is made out of. So I wouldn't be afraid to take shots on him. But for me, it's Zaiwu, Apex, Shocks, Kyojin, Masuda in that order.
yeah. Oh wait, Kyojin over Masuda because of
Yes.
price. Yeah,
No, Kyojin over Masuda because I think just a gut call, he's better in this game.
okay.
All right,
Yeah, it's
let's.
certainly a better matchup than
Mhm. And I'm
can't even
sorry,
remember.
Masuda's a little overpriced at 7,000. I understand it's the matchup. What has Masuda done to warrant a $7,000 price tag?
He's had some good. Oh, it's Furia. He's had some good. He's had some good maps. I mean,
Maps.
yeah, yeah. He can go up. I mean, it's completely up and down.
Yep. So again, I like Kyojin over Masuda, but those two, you can get different with your team vitality stacks by purely pairing Zaru and or Apex with one of those two and avoiding shocks. You can get really different by going Captain Shocks, Apex, and one of the other ones. Get different with your team vitality
Do
stacks for
not,
MMEs.
do not Captain Shocks. I mean,
I wouldn't
I
mind
hate to
captaining
say it.
shocks in an MME format.
Oh God. Hopefully not very much.
I'd go 10 to 20%
I
MME.
know he's good. Did you know he's 29?
Yep, he's been around the game a while.
Yeah. Just saying.
You ready to get into this next game?
Yep.
This is where you and I are going to have some talks. We're going to probably have some debates. It is OG versus Astralis. I am locking in OG to beat Astralis 2-0.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
I am being that bold. I think OG come in. I don't think they stomp Astralis, but I think they win 2-0. OG have looked dominant.
super good.
Captain Mantu is one of my favorite plays on the slate.
Yep.
Astralis do not have a dedicated opper. It seems to be right now map specific. I saw Dupree handling the op of it. I think I saw Glaive handling it at one point. It seems to be
That
map
might have been out of
specific.
necessity.
Huh?
The glaive opping might have been just out of because he had happened to pick it up. I think.
Glaive, I am avoiding. He. I guess I'll start off my analysis with him. Glaive is. I played him on the last slate, thinking he would do good. My lineup would have crushed if I hadn't gotten cute and played him. He has not been fragging the same
Yeah.
without device. Here are his
See, the only
stats in DraftKings points. Heading back to ESL Pro League versus EG, 38 DraftKings points. I'm just going to go up DraftKings points. Versus EG, 38 DraftKings points. Team Liquid, 40 DraftKings points. This is with device. VP, 89 DraftKings points.
that was a crazy. He had like 30 assists that day.
31 assists.
31. I mean, like, what? Who does it?
Versus Endpoint, 61. Versus Fnatic, 41. Gambit, 34. Can't fault anybody there. Versus Furia, he was 13, 10, and 37. 16 DraftKings
Ugh.
points. Versus OG. Oh, did we not just see this matchup? He had 23 DraftKings points. In DreamHack, this is now without device. 16 DraftKings points. Versus Complexity, 75 DraftKings points. Versus Heroic, 21 DraftKings points. Versus G2, 32 DraftKings points.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, Heroic's Heroic's number 2 in the world, and G2 has been looking pretty clean, other than against Gambit. But
He shouldn't have gotten. Well, again, that DreamHack was, one map against Extra Salt. So 13 and 14 for 16 DraftKings points is a little different. Take that into context.
yeah, but I agree. I don't
Glaive is more
actually don't have a,
IGLing right now than he is fragging.
yeah. He's probably got to keep an eye on little Bubsky there. Make sure he doesn't
There's my
overextend.
favorite Astralis player on the slate.
Yeah, only one.
Actually, I like Mage's second, for what it's worth.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, he's been taking on a different. He's been having a higher impact.
Mm-hmm. Dupree has not seemed like himself without device.
Yeah.
Again, stat-wise, DreamHack 1 map, 20 and 14, 22 DraftKings points, great. Versus Complexity, 77 DraftKings points, awesome. Heroic, 18 points. G2, 32 points. Yes, I had Dupree and Glaive in my lineup that day. I captained Bubsky. I got the captain right. Did not have the right Astralis stack. So, I mean, you can see folks, you can see Dan and I's struggle with this team. Astralis are trying to find a new identity. With 5 riflers.
Probably looking for Popper. They've
Oh,
got to be.
he's coming.
Who? You know? Or do you have an
Esatag is coming back. That's the rumor.
as an offer?
That's my guess, is they'd bring him in to op.
No shit.
Don't
That'd be
forget, he was
interesting.
opting for Cloud9 towards the end of the Cloud9 roster
Oh,
run
that's
there.
right. So what the HLTV guys also said is that S-Tag elevated Dupree's play. So
Esatag elevated that entire lineup. Now,
also,
again, I'm going to say this. Esatag had a $2.1 million contract by Cloud9 over 3 years.
yeah, that's insane.
I think the contract is the issue right now.
That's gotta be.
Again, but this is all a rumor. So, again, Esatag to Astralis is a rumor. Don't know if there's any truth to it, but it's a rumor.
I think there is.
I mean, I think Esatag going back to Astralis makes sense. He looked like a completely different player on Astralis than he did anywhere else than he did on Heroic, and then he did on Cloud9. He looked so comfortable with Astralis. But anyway, the here and now is Astralis right now do not have a dedicated opera. Bubsky has looked like the ace of the team. See,
Yep.
Astralis? You just need to give him a chance!
So now that we've done this, Adam, I think that many others in the DFS realm may think just like us. So Astralis might be a good place to try to get different because they could. I mean, they can win. I mean, we're talking about Astralis here, even though Device isn't there. I mean, it's not.
Astralis are a good team.
Yeah, it's not Havu. I mean, it's not. I don't know who's another team where like we thought maybe they could beat an OG, but in reality, it was like, nah, there's no way. But
I think OG are playing on another level right now.
yeah.
I also have no
But,
idea if OG are boot camping, for what it's worth. I don't even think it matters. Actually, for Flames, it matters.
yeah,
So it's the second game on the slate.
Alexi B is looking
Yeah,
a
so let's
good
get
way
into
to
the
get
OG side
different.
of things, Dan. Who on the OG side do you
Yeah.
like? And then talk to us about this game, because we've just kind of been picking through the Astralis players. Talk to us about who you like from this game.
Oh, Valda Mantu. Although I lean Mantu because of the pricing, and then the pricing on Vitality is so tight that you kind of have to maybe fade Valda to get Zaiwu and the rest of the OG crew. But Nico is 6,000, Alexi B is 5,200, so I don't know that it's impossible. Do me a favor and put in a Captain Zaiwu, and then you try to fill it in with the
He has
some
a name, Dan.
Zaiwi.
I am not letting that go. I am
It's
not letting that go. That is such a funny name. All right, so we got Captain Zaiwu and Valde, you said?
Valda Mantu, and then let's do Alexi B, and then see who else we can get.
So that leaves you 7250 per player. That immediately takes out um it
What
takes
about what?
out Shocks and Apex.
Why is Apex 12,000?
Oh, it's Captain, my bad.
Oh, yeah. Do Apex, and then what's so that leaves us with
6500. Now you could go get a
Kyojin.
Kyojin.
So this is probably going to be the chalk lineup of the
I
day.
don't know if this would be chalk because of Kyojin. Like if excuse me. I could see this being chalk with Zipix. I
A
could see
run
that
back?
being chalk. I could see Body as a run back. I mean, I could even see it. I mean, not gonna say MBK as a run back. But yeah, so like you're not
I
wrong. Captain Zaiwu is going to be extremely popular.
mean, if you can get Valda Mantu, Alexi B, Apex, I mean, I don't even know if it's worth playing this slate. To be honest with you,
This
unless
opens
you're
up a
going to go
lot
with
more.
quality.
That's interesting. And if you do this and you go with a Kyojin here, you can get different by who you put in your captain spot.
Mantu, Valda,
Folks,
Flame. Yeah, I kind of like that.
we are keeping Dan up way past his bedtime.
What's it? What time? It's like,
It's
holy
10:30.
shit. Jesus.
We got to get Dan to go to bed. Is there anything else in this game you're like, I'm going with OG? I just haven't determined if I want a 2 or 3 man stack it yet.
I'm gonna go with Astralis, just because it's the right DFS choice. Because
Interesting.
I've seen some of these single entries, and trust me, um, they're on the same wavelength as we are, and that's when let's say Mantu's 80% in the main, but he's 40% in the single entries.
It's too
It's like
low.
it. Yeah, people are they're trying to get different in single entries.
Oh, of
Um,
course. I mean, again, single entry, it's one lineup. You should be making your best lineup, but on the two-game slate, you still have to get somewhat creative.
yeah, exactly. So they're yeah, yep.
Let's get
Go,
into it.
single.
Let's get into it since we're on it. Core value, GPP, and team stack segment. Favorite team stack
Uh,
segment here. Go for it. One of each.
Core is the obvious Zywe.
There you go. Yeah, I love that
Uh,
name.
Value Nico.
Zywee. I played that at the meeting at the same time.
Yeah, I was so tired that night. It was like,
It's totally okay. So Zywoo is your favorite.
yep, Nico for value, and GPP is going to be Mr. Dupree.
Cool. How about a favorite team stack?
Yeah, Vitality.
I was gonna say.
Oh wait,
Do we really
um,
have to at this point?
well, actually, no. I think it's going to be OG just because I don't. I like
How dare
I
you
like
take mine?
Zybu and Apex, and I could see myself running it back with somebody on double pony, instead of playing a third Vitality.
I can tell. I wonder if a double pony run back is gonna be optimal.
Certainly possible.
Just because they probably are gonna be all sub 15%.
Yeah, maybe less.
I was being nice. Um,
Yeah.
anyway, core play for me on the slate. Dan already gave Zyru. Mine's gonna be Apex.
Oh.
Value play for me is gonna be Zippix. 5,400 is insulting.
Mm,
It's too low. You want a second value play? Flames is sub 7,000. He's 6,800.
mm,
Again,
yeah.
Flames is different. If we get news prior to lock that they are boot camping, I like Flames way more.
Mm-hmm. And
And
why is
he
that, Adam?
he becomes one of my favorite plays on the slate if they're boot camping. It's because of the ping. So
Yeah.
where Flames lives is I think a high ping.
I think
Or
he's Israel.
yeah,
Or is that?
so I
No, I
would
think it's
just
Israel.
yeah, I think it is in Israel. So I would just say just if he's home and it's remote, I would just say just be careful because ping matters. It really, really matters.
Yeah.
Um, Again, that's why online play very much differs than LAN play. But yeah, Flames is another value. GPP is Valde and Bubsky. Favorite
Okay.
team stack, OG, and Team Vitality. So we kind of already said it. So those are our two favorite team stacks. Dan, you ready to get into some prize picks?
Yes, sir.
We we don't want some NBA. Let's refresh the page here. Go over here to the CS:GO page. Give me two
Yeah.
you like.
Screw the end.
Me too.
Two. I'm gonna go with the early morning people,
Okay.
and that's actually I'm gonna take Lucky on the over
Okay.
because Lucky is
And this is
like,
the lucky as a part of the tricked group.
yep, Lucky is part of Trick. He's been phenomenal lately, and I think Nasser is able to put up enough of a fight where Lucky can hit the over,
Okay.
and then
How
and then
about how about
Polt.
second?
Yeah, Polt is my second one with the over.
Okay.
One win. They've got an ace in Deco, and I think that they're able to hit the over because Easy Bruges isn't bad either. So
I like it.
yep.
I'll tell you what. Give me one more.
Oh, one more.
Give me one more. So I'm gonna pick three for the people here.
Nodios from Copenhagen Flames over. He's been like just playing out of his mind.
I
So
like it. All right, I'm gonna give you three. I'm gonna go with the first obvious ones. I'm gonna go Apex. I'm gonna go over 34 and a half.
oh, that's
I
easy.
think he crushes.
Yeah.
Um, Another one I'm gonna give you is Magisk. 34 and a half versus OG. Over.
That's almost too easy too.
especially if it's a back and forth matchup. Ships versus Anonymous under.
I'm not
And
seeing
I,
ship.
I I also like that as a 3-person power play.
Oh shit! That little.
Sorry, dude.
So I play.
I know Ships is
Yep.
supposed to be good. I didn't see enough out of him. So I'm taking the under on 38.5, and I'm giving Anonymous a ton of credit. So
Skade doesn't have Rainwaker, or is that still a thing?
wait, Rainwaker left Skade?
Hold on. No, well, he wasn't. So the last slate that I played Skate, I played Rainmaker, and he was not on the team, or he was not playing.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like he's back. So never mind. Forget I said anything. It must have been. He must have just had to sit out for some reason,
Weird. All right. So
which
yeah,
sucked.
I like those three in a power play. Apex over, Magisk over, Ships under. I like that as a power play. And yeah, I already did an entry. Samuya's at 41.5. I took the over versus the Young Ninjas. I think Samuya just goes right through them. But 41.5 for 2 maps is a lot to ask for. So that is, I wouldn't mind the Samuya over, but that
Yeah.
is one I wouldn't include in a power play. Samuya is more of a flex play,
Oh
just
yeah,
in
be
case.
careful. Yeah, because he can definitely do it.
Yep. Alrighty, folks. You can follow us on Twitter at AdamWX21 and at Wandelch, WANDELCH. We appreciate you tuning in and listening. We will be back with another Flashpoint podcast tomorrow. Dan, anything else you want to say?
Good luck. Have fun.
I like it. All right, good luck, everybody. Have fun. Enjoy the slate. Enjoy the Counter Strike. Later, peoples.